Hey, how's it going, all you wonderful people out there? I know I haven't been on for a while, and it's just, I think, I think I'm there. I feel like it because it's just, I don't know what else there could be. But what I'm working on is that I got onto Amazon.com, so this is a little bit of an update of what's going on, and I was evaluating myself about why is my progress just like so crappy. It's like I feel like it should be much more than what it is. It's like, well, why? Well, it's because of the way that I've organized my time into what it is that I'm actually doing versus what it is that I have set in my mind. It's like I need those both to come into fruition. I need it to be accurate and up to date. So how do you do that? Well, you need to be able to plan it out, develop a schedule, a pattern, habits, and you need to account for everything. So, for example, we have game night with some friends of mine. We get together and we game. We do those. It depends. It can be every weekend where we do it for a day, maybe two, depending on the situation, or maybe once a month. It just depends. They have really different schedules. And so for all of us to get together, it's really hard to do. And whenever we do, it's a lot of fun. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm thinking about what are all of the other things that I could be doing at this moment besides this. It's like, well, I could be working out. I could be working on my diet. I could be 3D printing something else. I could be working something on my workshop. I could be out there looking for a girl to find a serious relationship. All these are things that I want to do, but which ones do I need to be doing right now? It's like, it's not like I want to avoid my friends or family members either. It's like I want good friends and I want good family members. So you need to spend time with them to make them happy, and it's a give and take. It's like they should be doing things for you too, and so that means that you need to set aside time to do things for them. And so that means that all your time is precious. Whenever you have value and whenever you have meaning in your life, then you have things that you want to pursue, and then you just can't sit around, lounge around, and do things like play video games, watch movies and TV shows, and just read a bunch of trash like that. And that's part of the reason why I get so frustrated whenever I go online. I watch videos and read articles about things that I want to learn about because I'm interested in it. It's like I don't want to hear all this fluff and novelization. Just get to the point because I want to be able to do this for myself instead of just sitting here with my thumb up my butt. And so you have to take actions against that. And so one of the things that I've done is I've gone and I bought all these planners and organizers. They weren't too expensive. So for example, the first one is this one. This is Amazon Basics, is part of Amazon.com. And they will look at their analytics and see what it is that's really selling off of Amazon. And then they will take it and they will copy it and they will make it their own. So in a way, they're kind of stealing from everyone that's doing really well. And that's what they did here. And it's like, okay, well, they decided to do this organizer planner right here. And it's like, well, they did it for a reason. Because I've seen this more than once on that they steal this from others, and people have gotten really upset about this. But here they are, and they're doing it. It's like, all right, well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this from them. I'm going to do this for, I don't know, anywhere from a week to 1 month. That's it at the top. And I'm going to do it long enough to be able to get a handle of what it is that I like and don't like about it, and then transfer it over into my own personal notebook, which is this one right here. And I've had this before, and I've been working on it for a while, and it's really difficult because I get into this, and it's like, where does this end? Because I can just keep piling crap into this. And one of the things that I've done recently is that I need to put a limit on it and focus in on what it is that I'm really doing. It's like, this isn't meant to be a notebook for every aspect of my life. This is just scheduling in the details and planning out my time. And then taking those lessons that I've learned and improving it and making it even better. So one of the things that I did was that I moved my toothbrush to the kitchen, because I didn't want to go all the way down the hall to the bathroom to brush my teeth after I was done eating. It's like, well, when do you want to brush your teeth? As soon as you're done eating. And so when does that happen? In the kitchen. So why is it always down there? Or better yet, have one in both places. Have a toothbrush down there in the bathroom whenever you get up in the morning and you go brush your teeth while you're doing your morning ritual. But then whenever you're doing lunch and dinner and whenever you're done eating, you can just brush your teeth immediately right there, because you're going to end up at the kitchen putting up your plate. So it's like, that makes complete sense. And so with this thing, it needs to be a little bit of brainstorming. It needs to be taking a look at your habits and making improvements and evaluating your day, your week, your goals, and all this stuff. And so it's like, well, how do I do this? So it's like, well, I don't have to figure this all out because somebody has already done this for me. Except not only has somebody done this, but a lot of people have done this. But what's going to work best for my life? Well, it depends. My life is going to be different than everybody else's. I'm not a lawyer or a doctor where they're going to have very different schedules. For example, I don't have appointments that I'm doing with anybody, so I don't need anything like that. And so I'm going to do this one I don't know in what, well, yeah, I know in what order. I'm going to do this one first. I don't like this one. This one is small, and I can't read it. Let me find it. And it came with this. I cannot read this crap to save my life. I have some magnifying glasses that I can put on so that I can read this, that I use for fine detail work, and it's the only way that I could do it. So it's like, all right, so what's the best part of this? And this thing is pretty good, and all of these are different. And so it has me thinking, and so it's like self-awareness and my vision, and I've started to fill some of this stuff out. And then what are your goals? And it has your kind of your aspects of life. So it says my life goals, and then it's kind of looks like brainstorming is what it looks like. So it has health and fitness, career and business, finance and network, romance and relationships, family and friends, personal development, fun, recreation, hobbies, and spiritual. And then you take those, and then it has some things that I also don't agree with. It's like my dreams, write down 50 dreams, all in areas of your life. And it's like, that is so, there was another one where it was like, what do you want to do if money wasn't a thing? It's like, no, that's not, that was the wrong question. And I X'd it all out, and I did it right. And so it also then has my vision board. And I have something like that already. And what that is, it is, I have a slideshow for fitness. And this has people that, it has hot girls who are in shape. It has, here's one, and I don't know how to show this to anyone. I've tried to put this up on OBS, and I don't understand OBS well enough to be able to do it, or if it can even do it at all, I don't know. But this guy, it shows a before and after picture where he was fat, then he lost the weight, now he's got a six-pack going on, and then here's a guy and a girl. You can't see their faces, it's just their ab region right there, you know, and they've got small waists, and it's like, yes, I want to be him who finds a her like that. And then it's just fit people. Here are two girls, and I swear they look like they're 8 years old. These girls have six packs. And I look at them, and they're smiling, and they're laughing, and it's like, I make it personal. It's like, they're laughing at you, pal, because you're old, and you haven't done this, and look at them, and they're laughing at you. Ha ha, we have six packs, you don't. Guess what the next one is? It's an old man. This dude, he's got to be in his 60s. He's gray all over, you know, and the dude, six-pack, and he's just jacked. And so I went from young to really old, and I did that on purpose because it's like I'm in between. I had no excuse for it, and I've got men and women on here. And so like, what's the story with me? And this is something that I did to help really motivate me to lose the 50 pounds that I've lost so far. Here's another one, and it says in cap, or with some lettering in here, later in life, do you want to be frail or strong? And it has one old man who's walking around with two canes, and another old man who's got two dumbbells in his hands. And it's like, yeah, one is just, you could, a little 6-year-old could push him over, and the other one would just beat the crap out of an entire elementary school of sixth graders or whatever. And just superheroes and more before and after pictures and hot people and all that kind of stuff. And I used to watch this all the time. I just let it go automatically to be like, yes, this is serve as a reminder to beat in my head that these are my goals. And that's exactly what I thought of whenever I saw this, was what it's called my vision board. And you're supposed to take pictures and put them on here as to what it is, or draw them or whatever. And what they have too is on Amazon, you can buy these little monitors. They call them picture frames. They're like 7, 8, 10 inches, and they're about the size of a picture frame, except they're electronic, and you can do Wi-Fi or an HD or an SD card, and you can connect up to it, and you can put your slideshow on it, and it'll go from picture to picture to picture. That's something that my grandmother had whenever she was older, and instead of having this big photo book, it's like you can just put this up and you can mount it on the wall or put it on your desk or whatever, and it will just go through all these pictures that you want to, and it's like having the entire photo album right there, cycling through them. How good is that? I was thinking of putting that. I've got a room that has a bunch of weight equipment in there, a few $100s. I've got like over 300 pounds of weights in there, and putting it in there so then whenever I go in there, I can just have that flashing at me, because I often give myself excuses to not quite finish the workout. I'll get like 85, 90% through it. I won't. But if I had that flashing in my face of like all of these people who are laughing and smiling and making it personal about myself, they're laughing at you, pal, because that works. I go to the convenience store whenever I want something sweet to eat instead of having it here. And like I was telling a friend today, it's like I don't buy like the big package of Twinkies at the grocery store, you know, of the 20 pack of Twinkies or however many are in the damn thing. Because if you go to the convenience store and you buy like 20 Twinkies, people are, what the hell are you doing? It's like, yeah, it's just one. So it allowed me to control that a lot easier because I make it personal about myself. It's like, yeah, they're all laughing at you and that's good. It worked. So I don't go there and overindulge. It's like, no, just get something reasonable. Get one, maybe 2 pieces of candy at the most, and then that's it. You're done. Any more than that, people are going to be like, freak. Right, because you are, or I am. And then it continues, and so it has, let me pull this up because I can't see. You list your 1-year goals, and then you break your 1-year goals down to 6 months, and it has all these different areas that I just listed before with romance and career and all that. And then your strategies too with your habits, and your morning and evening rituals, and it's like it really got into it. Your tactics, and so you break it down from your year to 6 months, 3 months, and then your tactics for your big 3 goals as to precisely what the steps are. And they have up to 8 places that you can fill out, so 8 steps. But I don't like that because there are many things that are complicated that are going to take more than 8 steps. And like I said before, this thing is small. It's like I like this a lot more, where this is more of the size of a normal piece of paper. And whenever I was looking all this stuff up, it's like I want it to be able to fit into something like this that's a 3-ring binder right here. And they have refills, but they didn't have anything for this. So I'm going to make up my own, and I'm going to do each one of these. And so this one was, I don't remember what this one's called. It's got some kind of leather engraving stuff going on in this one. This one was from Amazon Basics. This one is specifically about setting goals and accomplishing your goals. This one doesn't have a calendar to it or anything like that, or at least I don't think it does. I didn't see one. Kind of a calendar, there's one, but it's not based on your hours. It's based off of your goals. And it's not the same. And I did that on purpose because I wanted a variety, and I'm going to take the best that I can and put it in here. And I was talking to him, and it was like, I just find myself here in front of the computer just getting all this information and just not doing it. And it's like, so I just have to do it myself. I'm going on keto, and I kind of started today. He came on over, though, and he had carbs, and I had like some coffee creamer still that I had left over from last week. And so I finished that off today because that had carbs in it. So tomorrow, I think I don't have any more carbs in the house. So that means no bread and any of this stuff. And I also bought this little chain and lock. And so I bought this. And what this is just metal wiring. And it's covered in plastic so you don't nick yourself, because sometimes these little metal strings, they wrap them around each other to form a cord. And sometimes those things can snap, and then it'll get caught in your skin, and it's a big pain in the butt. But this one's wrapped up in plastic, and this is for whenever you go through the security at a TSA if you fly. And what you do is you wrap this all up on your sensitive items, and then you put a lock on it, because TSA, they're not good people. Some of them are, some of them aren't, and they will steal your stuff from you. And so if you put it all on this, that allows them to take a look at it and not take it at the same time. And so I bought this, so I'm wrapping this around the handles to my refrigerator, and I bought this. I didn't know this was a thing. This is an electronic lock. It has a timing mechanism to it. And so you can set it by the seconds, or the minutes, or by the hours. And you can punch in however many hours that you want, for example, so like 2 or 3 hours, and then it automatically pops open by itself. And so you cannot get into it. It's like, I'm not going to break all this stuff. It's like, I didn't spend money. I know I won't do that at all. And so now I can buy whatever I want to. So like right now, I bought some shredded cheese. Cheese is delicious. It's great. I'll eat all that in a couple of days instead of lasting for the week that it should. And so my previous pattern, especially back in the day, was I would go to the grocery store, buy my groceries. I would have the majority of it eaten within the first couple of days. And then at the end of the week, I wouldn't have enough to be able to quite make it. And so I'd go out and get a little bit more to eat, more than I should have. And so, but with this will take care of all of it. And so I can set it for just 1 hour, and I can just go and lock it every hour, or I can do 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. And it just resets back to zero whenever it's done. It's like 20 bucks, 30 bucks, something like that. Just dirt cheap. This stupid thing, it's like $6. Altogether, it was well under 50 bucks, maybe under 40 bucks. It was just nothing. For what? So that I can control my diet even better, so then that way I don't have to incur these medical bills dealing with diabetes, high blood pressure. That was an issue that my friend was talking about. I've known him for a couple of decades, and he's put on some weight. He got into a car wreck. He had to go to the doctor. He still cannot jump. And it's because he's probably got 150, 200 pounds more than what he should. I mean, he's kind of up there. Maybe it's not quite, maybe he's got at least 100 pounds more than what he should, probably 150 pounds. And the doctor at this last visit that he had today told him, yes, you are young enough that you can pull yourself out of it, but if you wait any longer, you're going to have every last one of these complications, and it's going to get worse. And he said, I want to give you a goal. In the next 6 months, I would like you to come back and have at least 20 pounds off. And that would be a good place to start, because it's not just getting rid of the weight, it's also taking care of your bad habits that you have to learn to deal with at the same time. And he's worried about it, of course, because he's like, yeah, you're going to have diabetes, high blood pressure. You're going to have everything that everyone else who's overweight gets, because he's morbidly obese. And morbidly obese is, I think they've changed now. I think that's whenever you're over 100 pounds overweight. And it's like, whenever I was doing all this, it was like whenever you were like just, I think 20 pounds overweight, or maybe it was 40 pounds. It was one of the two. It was not 100 pounds. And so, yeah, we got to talking about it. And so, but that's what I'm doing with this. So I just wanted to give an update with it. But then I also have one other issue, and that is I'm a landlord. I've got a tenant that she said that she was moving out at the end of the month, and I have to replace the carpet downstairs. And I was thinking of redoing the stairs, because that's carpeted, and it's like I can put in wooden stairs. I have enough tools and experience now that I can do that. And then those things will just last. It's very expensive to have those things carpet, to pay anybody to do anything to those things, because you have to do each step individually. It's incredibly labor intensive. So it's like, well, yeah, I could just go in there and do it myself, save myself a whole lot of money, and then it will just last forever. And then I have to repaint all the rooms, because I did them in a sheen finish, or the sheen was matte. And I was like, well, it'll be fine. No, it won't. Matte sheens just leave marks all over the place. You want to do, maybe not even an eggshell, but a satin sheen or a gloss or semi-gloss. All those are going to work, because whenever you get marks on them from oils and dirt, and you can just wipe them down, clean them up. It's real good. The shinier it is, the more it looks like plastic, and people don't like that. But those are really durable, and so you will use those kinds for wet areas such as bathrooms, kitchens, and washer dryer areas, because they're just not going to have a problem with water at all. You use a matte sheen, yeah, you're going to have mold, mildew, and all that kind of crap. It's like you want gloss. You want high gloss in those wet areas. And it's because it does become like a rubber plastic, and it forms that seal, that barrier, so none of that stuff can happen. And so I did all the rooms in a matte, and so I have to go back and repaint every last damn one of them, because it's just so bad. They're all complaining about it. So it's going to be I think a satin sheen that I'm going to do. But because I've done it so damn often for so long, it's 2 or 3 days of painting. It just kind of depends. And then there's also a problem with the dishwasher. And she claimed that she had nothing but problems with it, but it's like she didn't do it until she didn't bring it up until like 2 months after she was in there. And it's like, what have you been doing this whole time? And she's like, well, it was just because, oh my, big long story with it. Anyways, that's good enough for today. And I know that as soon as I do this, this is it, man. This is it. I get this going. It's like this is just going to just make it so sweet. I know it. Because it's like I've got a billion things. I've got to replace this stupid chain link fence out here with a wooden fence, and I already took up that stupid dog kennel thing and ripping up some of the posts to it, and it's just like, and I do woodworking and 3D printing, and I got some of that done with that, where this project that's been going on forever with this 3D printing, I've got like half of it done, and part of it is that I'm doing these stupid little boxes here, and I know how to make the lid to be a discard pile, and it ended up being where it's like I can actually turn this into a product that I could sell, because they have this with 3D printers where it's like I have a lot going on, and it's like I know I can do the majority of this, but I've got to get it together, and so it's like this is it. And whenever this gets going, I've got it, dude, and I'm just going to blow up. If you're struggling with this stuff, I encourage you to do this with me. Buy one of them. Just buy one of them. This isn't the only one that I had. I bought one or two like a year or two ago, and I did it for a few months, and it was just, I didn't look into it very well. And so what this one, these are undated, and if you can get some that are refill that also would fit into a notebook, I highly encourage that. And just do it just to get your feet wet. You're never going to learn anything if you don't do it. Stop looking into it. If you've been looking into it, if you're interested, this one was like $15. And it's just start with it. You can handle $15. I don't give a damn who you are. Stop buying beer, cigarettes, whatever the hell it is that you're doing. There's something, video games, whatever. Buy one. Just take a look at it, undated. So if you don't finish it, if you don't complete it, well, you can pick it up at any time. Undated, where it doesn't have the months, it doesn't have the days, you can just fill it in. So then that way you're not wasting your money, and just give it a shot. Because if you want anything worth a damn out of your life, it's not going to fall out of the sky and just happen for you. Because if so, then why didn't it happen to me? Why didn't it happen to anyone else out there? It's like, no, you have to get up and you have to do something. You have to figure something out. So just to look at it, and you can do it along with me, because I'm going to update on all this stuff. I'm going to talk about this, and I would say the only thing that I would advise is make sure that you get like a full size one. This one, I think the sizing on it, they called it A5, too small. You want this one. This is going to be 8 by 11. That's what you want. That's roughly the standard size of a sheet of paper. So look for that measurement, 8 inches by 11 inches. I'm going to do one more video because I'm always watching videos, and I was watching one about Jordan Peterson. I like watching reaction videos of all kinds, and I found a couple where they were reacting to Jordan Peterson's debate with Kathy Newman, and they got a lot of it right. They had some things that were wrong, and I wanted to explain why it was wrong, and I also wanted to explain why the entire conversation there was wrong. And it's because they're talking about the economy and the market and all this stuff as if this is something that people have control over, and it's like it's not. That's why it's not male-dominated, it's consumer-dominated. And consumer means, what are you spending your money on? Well, that's everybody, because everyone has money, everybody spends money. People don't have a control over any of this stuff, but I'm going to talk about that in really good detail over the next video that's coming up in a short while. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.